With how much I've been engrossed in the Predator franchise as of late, what with the release of Prey, rewatching Predator 2, and not long before that, watching Predator again, it's got me thinking that I want to tell my own story in this franchise, kind of like a bit of fan service, because I've got some ideas cooking that I want to turn into like a short animated film. And so I've got some ideas here, being I've currently laid out 5 storyboards. And so in the first shot of my proposed animation, it's imagine like a fixed shot looking at a bit of a clearing with like a backdrop of trees in a setting very similar to Prey, so like that North America woods kind of area, kind of Alaska, Canada, all that kind of like pine and cold climate, that kind of place. So yeah, it's a fixed shot of a clearing, and we've got like this deer on the right hand side of the screen, like the last third of the image, if you will. And it holds that shot for a bit. The deer is doing its thing, it's eating some grass, being a deer. When an arrow flies in from off screen, like bottom right, killing the deer. So the deer freaks out. Its hind legs kick up, it falls over. Big dramatic death. And then from where the arrow came, walks on screen our like protagonist, who's like kind of an unnamed hunter. I don't have this character fleshed out at all at this point in time, but my inspiration is like the guy from Primal, just like a caveman, but except more advanced. And I'm not sure if I want to go for like the Native American theme, but I'll probably have to, seeing as that's the kind of time period I wanted to do, which obviously comes from Prey. So yeah, he comes into scene, sorry, after having shot this deer, and starts doing his thing. So it's like cutting it up and preparing it to take back to his tribe, I guess, when the title card appears. So I'm imagining like a blood trickle effect just from like the top of the text revealing the name of the short film, which I don't have a name for it yet. But imagine like it's like doing this thing and then just says, and it's like, all right, cool. So we're watching that fades away. All the while, the camera is not moving away. It's all one shot. It's just focused on this scene, which, as far as animation goes, helps. It means I don't need to do a bunch of backgrounds. But so this guy's like cleaning up his deer, preparing to take it back. Title card, blah, 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 introduction, all that stuff. When it starts to snow, so we see like snow starts to fall, and it's beginning to settle on the deer, on him a little bit on the ground, and that's when we see to the left side of the screen. So you go this guy and the deer on the right, and then on the left side of the screen we see snow start to settle like mid-air, kind of like a clump here and 2 clumps here. It's the head and shoulders of the predator. It's been in the shot the entire time, just invisible, obviously, which I think would be a really vivid and striking reveal. Um, and then that's the first time that the camera cuts and changes position into like POV, you're the predator kind of thing, looking at the hunter in thermal vision. So you kind of get like, all right, this is what we're doing, this is where it is, this is how it's happening. And now that we've seen the reveal, with the snow, we get the thermal vision. And that's all I've storyboarded out, so that's what I've got images for. And then from there, I'm imagining kind of like it cuts to like a low angle shot looking at the hunter with the predator behind him, the snow that's settled. He's like, what's going on? Turns around and the snow falls. So like the predator's obviously moved away before he's been seen. He's like, that's weird, takes note of it, but carries on. And then from there, it needs to escalate somehow. I don't know how, but it'll get more intense. And yeah, I'm imagining like a final sort of escape, more of an escape than a battle, because a battle would be pretty crazy to animate. But I don't know. I don't have it fully planned out yet, but this is what I've got so far. And yeah, big inspiration from Prey, but I mostly want to really emphasize on the cool climate. I think there's a lot of things I could do that'd be really cool for that kind of setting. One of them was, imagine the predator's like completely buried in snow, and then you just see like the eyes start glowing, like 2 yellow dots in the snow. But my only thing with that is I think I want to do a design similar to the feral predator, because like if you think in the first movie, that's our design, right? That's what the Predator looks like. And then in Predator 2, it evolves the concept, but it's still similar. So like, I imagine Predators all have technology similar to each other at the time, and that's just from like what they've earned during a hunt, as well as where their species is at that point in time. So I imagine it'd be similar to the feral predator, but not quite the same. I like the look of like not really any armor, kind of just ripped. Like his skin is the armor almost. The bone mask is hard to overlook. That's really sick. We got a little bit of that with Mr. Black in Predators, where he's got like jaw on his mask, and I might take that kind of a route. Who knows? But I need to flesh out my Predator design, obviously, because it's the focus. But I think it's a really solid concept on how to like further this kind of like prey setting, just because I think it's a really good one. And I've been wanting to do like a story set in like this kind of Native American time, because I just love the setting, you know, all the trees and whatnot. It's very nice. So it'll look a little bit more like the Revenant, even though Prey already looks a lot like Revenant in the in that sense. But yeah, snowing, dead of winter, like freezing kind of thing. I think it could be interesting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to making it. And if anyone's watching this if this sounds interesting to you and you want to get involved, reach out, because I at the moment I'm looking to do all this on my own, and I want it to have like a score and sound design. So if either of those fields you're interested in, then I'll be more than happy to collaborate, because I think we can turn this into something really cool with some time and effort. I think it'd be really good. Have a short film at the end of it, but yeah, I'm gonna start working on that as of now, I guess. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'll keep making update videos like this and kind of just show you my progress as we go. And yeah, anyone who's interested, reach out. This can be something really cool, I reckon. Something we can all work on. But yeah, that's about it. If you like Predator, look forward to this.